Alright, so today I'm going to be starting what is likely to be a shorter playthrough, so to speak. This isn't going to be a full playthrough of Oblivion Remastered, but it is specifically going to be playing through the Shivering Isles content in Oblivion Remastered. I've played a good chunk of this expansion before, in the original Oblivion, of course, but I don't know that I actually have seen it all the way through, because I don't seem to remember fighting the final boss of this expansion, which I already know who it is. I guess I don't have to mention it for sake of spoilers, so I'm going to do my best to, like, not spoil things and let the game do the talking, just for those who may be watching this who aren't familiar or don't want to be spoiled or whatever it might be, even though the game is really old at this point. But yeah, I've been really enjoying playing through Oblivion Remastered. I think I have like 40 hours in it or something. And I kind of made it my goal for this initial playthrough, or technically playthroughs, since I had a second character. My goal was kind of to do all the achievements, because it's pretty much just play through all the guild quest lines and play through the main story, like main quest, and Shivering Isles main quest as well. Although while we're in there, I'll probably do some side stuff and, you know, kind of take my time a little bit, because I don't want to blitz through this too quickly. But I don't know, I think this might be a little bit more interesting than just doing a straight-up, like, Oblivion playthrough in full, if that makes sense. So just a quick little introduction to my character. We've got Lurks in Shadows, named his class the Shadow Scale, even though I put him under the Sign of the Thief because I forgot. Fake fan. More like just rusty as far as lore is concerned. But yeah, so attributes, like, we're maxed on agility and speed. This is just debuffed for some reason right now, not sure entirely why. Been working on strength and endurance instead, although I do want to buff his magicka a bit, so that way I can cast heal major wounds twice, because I have like 84 magicka, so if I had 88, I could cast it twice with a full bar. So I'll probably experiment with that on the next level up. We are level 16. Maxed on security. I also have the skeleton key, so that's why I was able to level up security so easily. Most everything else is kind of towards the midpoint, except for acrobatics, basically. But, and then even then, once, I should note, this character is a vampire, so when that progresses, aka when I don't feed, after whatever it is, 24 hours or whatever, my acrobatics actually does go up to expert, which is interesting. Not that it matters too much, because we are an Argonian, so infinite, I think it's infinite water breathing. But yeah, primarily bow user with daggers for sneak attack multipliers and, I don't know, for flavor, I guess. The tricky thing with this game is, like, the blade skill applies to the same to daggers, short swords, long swords, claymores, etc. So I can get into some of my thoughts on some of the mechanics in Oblivion as we go, you know? Because one of the things that has, I don't want to say rubbed me the wrong way, but one of the things that has struck me about this remaster is that it's been very refreshing, and, like, it's nice to play through a slightly different version of Oblivion, even though it still is Oblivion, and that's like kind of the, both the pro and a con, in a sense, because there's things about this game that I don't particularly care for. But with all that said, let's just kind of get the ball rolling with Shivering Isles.
Please sit.
And so we're going to kind of soak it all in. Got the Madness of Pelagius. Not going to read through this in full, but it is fun that Sheogorath's quest in Skyrim has to do with Pelagius as well.
Be civil, shall we? Please have a seat. Please sit. Yes, what can I do for you? I imagine you're here about the door.
I'll do my best to let dialogue play out as well. Kind of like, again, to kind of soak it all in, even though I have this, like, ring light on me and everything.
Yes, you have entered, and now you are here. Amazing. Truly. I am Haskell, Chamberlain to the Lord Sheogorath. You approach the Shivering Isles. Through the door behind me lies the realm of Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, Lord of the Never There. Because my lord wills it to be so. It poses no danger to Mundus. No compact has been violated. It is a doorway, an invitation. Perhaps you will accept it for what it is.
I guess I can read these as I select them. What do you want with me?
For you? I do not know. My lord seeks a mortal to act as his champion. As for his intent, to attempt to fathom it is a foolish endeavor. His will is his own. His reality follows suit. You are here because you chose to enter. You were not summoned.
And the people outside?
They entered this realm and were ill prepared. Their minds are now the property of my lord.
My lord?
Cured.
How can they be cured?
You speak as if they are diseased. They live now in another state of being. Perhaps it is you who needs a cure.
What happens now?
You do as you will. You may leave the way you entered. Your life will be none the worse for your time spent here. Or you may continue onward through the door behind me. If you can pass the gates of madness, perhaps the Lord Sheogorath will find a use for you.
And if I go through the door?
Who is to say? There are always choices to be made. The realm of madness is no different in that regard. Your choices are your own. Enter or do not, but make your decision. I've other duties to which I must attend. Speak with me again when you have made up your mind. The anticipation is almost too much to bear.
Haskell's funny.
Well, have you made up your mind? The tension is almost palpable.
What if I say no? I mean, obviously you can still do it after, but...
Not surprising. Well, I'd so... Yes? Fine. I'm sure my lord will be most pleased, assuming you ever manage to see him. You'll want to pass through the gates of madness. Oh, and mind the gatekeeper. He dislikes strangers to the realm. Enjoy your stay.
Ready for this shit. It's lit. We are officially in the Shivering Isles, so we can leave, but not going to. I've entered the Shivering Isles. In order to find the Lord of this realm, I must first pass through the gates of madness. Yeah. So I guess on we go. This character's speedy as shit, so if I ever need to avoid combat, it like has not been an issue to just run. And I do love that you can guaranteed recover your arrows, assuming they land. It just makes sense. I mean, it's a little busted. Maybe there should be... I don't think it should necessarily be like Skyrim, but I think if there was a perk that's like, oh, I can now restore or recover arrows that appear something, because, you know, it's not as simple as just pulling it out and it's good as new, right? Also, let me know if there's any issues with the stream latency or anything like that as far as the gameplay, because on my end, the OBS preview is probably going to show some stutter, but I can't tell. It's hard for me to tell if that's actually what you're seeing or if that's just my computer being unfortunate for some reason. But what's up, Space Cowboy? Good to see you. Yeah, I can always try to like tone some stuff back if like cap the frame rate or something if there are stream issues, so just let me know on that. But yeah, very big Morrowind vibes with the big mushrooms and everything, although it's obviously different. But through playing this remaster, I've been, I'm like, man, what if they gave Morrowind a similar treatment, though? Like, added full voice acting, which I know would be a lot, because there's a lot of dialogue options and shit, and it wasn't really designed with that in mind, but... Now that would be, like, an exciting prospect, I think. Gardens of Flesh and Bone. I don't want to stray too far off the beaten path just yet. It's going alright. Can't complain too much. How have you been? I know we haven't chatted in a while. outside of streams and all that. But yeah, like I recently wrote my Steam review for this game, and I do wish that it wasn't a binary you either recommend or don't recommend. I kind of wish there was an in-between that you could select. And I mean, I hate review scores, so I'm glad it's not that. But I find this remaster hard to recommend just because it still is Oblivion for better and worse, as I mentioned earlier.
Just as long as we don't catch any of their diseases.
Nice, got the weekend off. Hell yeah, dude.
Strange diseases.
So it's like, if you've played Oblivion before, you probably know whether you're gonna like this or not, and if you haven't, then yeah, this is probably the way to play it if you're either unable to or have had some aversion to playing the original for whatever reason. Then I think it's like a perfectly, actually a really solid way to play. It's probably gonna be my go-to at least until Sky Oblivion comes out and we see like what that has to offer, of course, because I'm very excited for that as well. But
You there! Stay away from the gatekeeper. Let us handle this.
there's just some very glaring issues with this game that have become... It's reminded me, like, the further I've played, like, with the level scaling being terrible, and, like, leveled loot and all that. Like, stuff that I got from the Dark Brotherhood that is supposed to be unique because I was a lower level, it's, like, it's not good anymore, basically. There are mods to fix this kind of stuff, but I'm playing vanilla aside from unblocking the achievements if I use console commands.
All over the place.
Which I tried not to be, like, too egregious with, but
Dead.
when things start to get a little tedious, I definitely have, but I'm gonna try to avoid that this time around. Like, for Shivering Isles purpose. I'll try to play this as legit as possible. The formidable gatekeeper has destroyed a party of adventurers. I should talk to the residents of Passwall before trying to deal with this creature. Oh, you started with Skyrim, you baby bitch.
Out of here.
There's so many jokes you could make with the gatekeeper, of course, with, you know, how gatekeeping is colloquially known. And I just totally ruined any attempts at humor when it comes to that. But, it's like, oh, you're playing the remaster, not the original, raw. It's like literally that. Anything of use here? Okay. Oh, you don't even, you ain't shit. But we can't actually damage him, I don't think. We do have to actually do this quest and get, like, special arrows or something. Sheldon. Interesting way to spell that.
Hello, I'm Sheldon. I've been here the longest. That's why I'm mayor of Passwall. That, and because I'm the best at being in charge. Welcome to my town. He guards the gates of madness. Don't get too close to him. He'll kill you, and it will leave a mess in my town. Jared Ice Veins wants to kill the gatekeeper. Sounds like suicide to me. They say the keys are sewn up in the gatekeeper's body. Basically, that means you're not getting in. The place was pretty deserted when I got here. Of course, once I was here, others followed. Can't say I blame them. You're talking to me, and I don't like you. This better be good.
That's funny as fuck.
Take care.
That wasn't actually with the zoom in, I have that turned off. We're just, like, standing really close to this guy. Yeah, personal space, yeah, literally. This game is still funny as shit, though. Like, there's still positives. I think the level scaling's bad, and I think the dungeons are kind of boring. There's certain things that I think this game does better than Skyrim. Certainly. Like, I think quest design, by and large. I think quest design is... Oh my god.
You can only really see the bones when you take them out. You can hear them better that way, too.
Like, I think... Just turned your face... Yeah, he just saw his face up in my grill, yeah. I think quest design here is largely better. Like, it doesn't always just point you directly to where you need to go. There's a lot of that still, but... I just think Skyrim has this game beat as far as, like, exploration, and... The fact that each dungeon in Skyrim is, like, completely 100%... Like, not unique in terms of, like, palette or whatever, because, like, there's caves, there's dwarven ruins and stuff like that. Like, there's archetypes for the dungeons, not unlike Oblivion, but I feel like with Oblivion, there's times where I'm like, I feel like I've seen this exact fucking room in like 5 other dungeons. And so I actually go out of my way to not dungeon crawl when I play Oblivion. Like, I think about it and I'm like, there's so many dungeons in Oblivion that I have not been in because it's just not the most enjoyable part of the game to me. To me, it's actually doing quests, which may or may not point you into a dungeon, and that's fine. And it's being in the towns and cities and stuff like that and interacting with the folks there. And that's why I think the Thieves Guild and the Dark Brotherhood, that's part of the reason why those quest lines thrive, is because like you are in those locations, which I find more interesting and entertaining at times because this game is still hilarious.
I want him dead. I need him dead. His bones are calling to me. Rumor has it you want him dead too. If you're any good with a lockpick, we can help each other out. We can get into the gardens of flesh and bones.
It's a very easy lock, but yeah, I guess they want people who come in at a low level to be able to handle it too.
They say the gatekeeper's magical. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in bones. And the best way to kill something is with the bones of its own. I can see the bones of a dead gatekeeper in the courtyard of the gardens. You'll pick that lock, and I'll collect the bones. Here, take this lockpick.
I need a fucking lockpick. Get this shit out of my face. I've got the damn skeleton key, which is busted as hell. It's fun and it's convenient and all that, but I also had the Great Call of Nocturnal, which we can fuck with too, since I did Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood and the main quest with this character. And then I had a second character who I did the Fighters Guild, Mages Guild, and Arena with.
I can hear them in there.
Who was more, he was more combat-oriented, whereas this character, it has combat prowess, but, like, only to a certain degree, you know?
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Did he just one-shot or some shit? That's crazy. Oh, shit.
Why won't you die?
Grab these. I did make sure to buy as many elven arrows as I could. As I haven't seen any glass arrows for sale yet. Bone arrow. Wait a second. Wow, they're even stronger. That's kind of crazy. How does that look? That looks kind of cool. We'll still get the elven though, because it's like almost just as strong. And then I think this is an ebony bow that's enchanted. And yeah, I haven't stumbled across a better dagger, unfortunately. And silver arrows for undead.
From these gatekeeper
or ghosts.
bones, I can make some arrows. Find me in a few hours. The arrows aren't ready yet. He must die. I can hear them calling to me from the other side. I followed the bones. They led me here. I just moved in when I got here. No one seemed to mind. Everyone here seems to be waiting for something. Sickly Bernice in Crucible believes she's dying. Let me know if you need something killed.
Needs a key. Are there unique environmental tracks in Shivering Isles, or is it the same? Because this is like just base game music. Yeah, I figure we can explore Passwall a bit. For whatever reason, I seem to remember this segment taking longer, but maybe I just entered with a low-level character or something. The last time I played this. Yeah, let's see. Is this a pretty sizable map? New Sheoth. I've not done a ton of exploring in the Shivering Isles, especially, too. Can I see a local map? Yeah. I hate that you have to be so zoomed in, though. I wish, like, I could just zoom out on the local map. But I guess it's not, like, the biggest deal. Nah, it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of a pain in the ass. see what's going on. See if there's any side quests I can do instead of just, like, resting or waiting around for... What's it called? Shambles Skull. Also, what I didn't realize was... Okay. As far as the achievements list is concerned, it's basically just different stages of the main quest for Shivering Isles that I have left, with the exception of there being one for becoming Duke of Mania and one for becoming Duke of Dementia. But what I forgot or didn't realize was Sheogorath asks you which one you want so you can save scum it. So you can, like, save, pick one, reload, and then pick the other to, like, not have to play through the quest line twice. What the fuck are you?
Killed anything?
See, this is the funny thing about Shivering Isles, and I wonder if Bethesda did this on purpose or not, but if you think about the way that the AI functions in this game and how hilariously, like, off its rocker it can be at times, I feel like the Shivering Isles and Sheogorath being, like, the focal point for the main expansion of Oblivion is so fitting, because you get shit like this, where it's like this, it just works. This works within the context of the madness of Sheogorath, right? So it's kind of funny in that way. It never occurred to me that this is like, it's like a match made in heaven.
We should go hunting.
What the fuck are you? Okay. Let's just go pop into other houses, I guess. I don't really know. We can just kind of explore until we get quest update. Although sometimes it doesn't update you when you're waiting on something, you just have to actually go. But yeah, I do really, really like the way the Argonians look in this. I like the way the game looks, just kind of generally speaking. It's kind of uncanny, but that's kind of also Oblivion, so I think it works. I think it adds to the whimsy, you know? Even though the colors aren't, like, as bright in some areas, and I do understand the gripe there, but it is, like, the simplest of simple fixes. I think it's literally just like a shader that you can install to fix that. Again, not that you should have to do that, blah blah blah, but also, like, of all of the potential issues to have with the game, I would take lighting over, like, a lot of other potential problems, right? And then as far as, like, the more major problems that are just kind of about Oblivion in general, This was never advertised as a remake, or that it would be fixing those issues. Like, they've been very adamant about saying, like, trying to recapture the game that you remember and all that, like keeping it more or less the same under the hood and all that good stuff. Not saying that that's, like, was necessarily the right call or wrong call or whatever. For a lot of people it is, and then there's going to be mods on top of that that can adjust. I've seen one for, like, fixing the level loot thing, where, like, unique items will scale with you instead, which I think is just, it's nice, because if I want to use, like, Volendrung or something from the Malakath Daedra quest, then I shouldn't have to, like, purposefully pick that up in the late game in order for it to be, like, viable, right? It'd be nice to just pick it up and then have it function, like, be functional throughout the rest of my playthrough, kind of deal. I don't really care about this shit. It's not even worth it. What's in here? We could, even though I was just shit-talking the dungeon crawling, we can do a little dungeon crawling. Especially to, like, maybe level up our combat skills a bit. What's my light armor skill at? 62, 57. The 5 bonus because of vampire shit, I think. Or maybe it's equipment. No longer encumbers you. Like, these actual perks aren't that great, but obviously leveling this up for the sake of defensive prowess is always good. I don't really know what we can do in here. Oh, hello. It's nice to know that we, two-shot. People have noted that the difficulty balancing is kind of whack, and, like, yeah, it is. In the early game, I was thinking Adept was too forgiving. Madness Ore might be good. And then Expert cranks things up, like, too much in relation to Adept. In the early game, especially. But what I noticed was actually, at least for this character who's not, like, super combat-oriented, I was actually kind of getting outpaced damage-wise by some, like, mid to late game enemies as I was going. But now that we're here, it seems like we're facing lower-level Shivering Isles enemies, so it's much more manageable. I was like, is that an enemy? I think it's just a statue. There is the potential for finding better armor. My thing, though, is that, like, the Dark Brotherhood armor is just so nice for the aesthetic of this character. So that's, like, another thing where, like, I'm pretty sure this is scaled as well. Probably. So, like, when I grabbed this, which was during the was it the purification or whatever, I grabbed this, and so it's just unfortunate in that way, I guess. Also, the Grey Cow looks goofy as shit, but, like, it never doesn't. The clipping is a little unfortunate. I think it's a little bit better. It's hard to see here. I think it's a little better actually in game, because, like, this shows clipping, but then in the actual game there isn't. If you could actually see it, yeah, like, there's no clipping where it shows. Yeah, see, now that I'm back in here, but then if I re-equip it, it shows that. But it's nice to know that it actually adjusts, like the mesh adjusts or whatever. Flame stock, just alchemy bullshit. So yeah, I've been having fun with this, and I'm ultimately glad that I've kind of put a new lens on Oblivion. Not that it's been that long since I last jumped in, because I would have jumped in certainly within the past 5 years. I think I just kind of fell off. I was just kind of like, it just kind of felt a little too been there, done that, and I feel like this remaster sort of, like, freshens things up enough to make it interesting again, but also, like I was saying before, reveals or re-reveals some of the flaws that I think the original game has. There was something else I was gonna say, though. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these poisons. We can take the... it's not even worth it. What's it called? Damn, I really forgot what I was saying, which is unfortunate. Oh, it's had me realize, like, I think I might actually jump into Morrowind again, because that game's never fully clicked with me. I respect the things that it does well, but I think in replaying this via the remaster, it's allowed me to kind of reevaluate what each of these games does well. Being like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim in particular. I don't know why I grabbed these. We also have a million poisoned apples to mess around with if I so choose. I feel like Madness Ore is something you need or actually can be useful. Because, yeah, like, I think it's a little too reductive to say that every aspect of Elder Scrolls has dumbed down since Morrowind. I think certain aspects have, certainly, as far as like character builds and like quest design and all of that kind of stuff. But as I was stating earlier, I think like Skyrim really does nail the exploration kind of like loot-driven aspect without becoming Borderlands, basically, which I feel like Fallout 4 was leaning a little bit too in that direction for my tastes. And I haven't played Starfield at all, so like I literally have no idea what that game might have changed, but there's things to like about each of them, I think. And then of course, not unlike, you know, Persona 3, 4, and 5, funny enough, not unlike those games, Elder Scrolls 3, 4, and 5 each have like a very distinct aesthetic and tone and like differences in that regard that may or may not click for some people more than others. Right? Like, even though primarily because of the modding potential, Skyrim is probably still my favorite, just again because modding potential, and you can really tailor the experience like pretty much exactly how you want. Whereas there are a lot of mods for Morrowind and Oblivion, certainly, but not nearly to the same extent. Like as far as vanilla Skyrim is concerned, or as far as like Skyrim as like a locale and a tone and a vibe, it's actually not really necessarily my speed. It's just mostly because it has the most compelling sandbox, I think, as far as like modding potential and, like I was saying, exploration and that feeling rewarding and stuff. Like we're exploring right now, and I'm not really, maybe the Madness Award is worthwhile, but like we're not really finding anything super exciting or valuable or interesting. Like I have 5k gold with like nothing to fucking spend it on because you can recover your arrows infinitely, which again I think is nice and convenient, but it does kind of like, it's one of those aspects that does break the economy, I feel like. And like I stocked up on these before I came over here, and I've yet to find light armor that is both better and aesthetically fits my character. So you could argue this, like the Skyrim has a similar issue though with like armor variety and all of that. To be sure. Like the fact that this is like from an ancient video of mine. And by ancient, I mean like not even 5 years old, but one of my first videos on the channel was 6 things I'd like to see changed in the Elder Scrolls 6. One of which was equipment variety, coming from Skyrim in particular. Because it's like, okay, if I'm doing like a two-handed heavy armor warrior, like really berserker, you know, orc charge into battle head first kind of thing, and just like swing and forget about everything else, right? I'm doing that. Why is my progression from like iron to steel to dwarven, like why is it the same as like a battle mage character who would probably go for like a different sort of aesthetic in terms of armor? And like maybe you actually don't wear armor potentially because you get the buffs from alteration when you're not wearing armor and all that, right? So there's flexibility there, I guess, but like not really. Like any given heavy armor playthrough will likely be using the same kinds of heavy armor from playthrough to playthrough, which I think is unfortunate. And same with light armor too. Oh shit. I feel like weapons are a little bit better, though, because you do have the unique weapons, but I think Skyrim is similar as far as, like, scaling weapons and all that. Like, if you get Mehrunes Razor or Volendrung or whatever at a given level, those are the stats that weapon has, period, and it doesn't change. Is this all I can do here? Like, I don't even... That's like a dead end, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, very exciting, very exciting. As I was stating before, can I, like... I don't think I can make that. What's funny is, like, because I did the main quest with this guy, the Great Gate was, like, a joke, because you can just kind of jump. Oh my god. He's so slippery, though, because he's fast as fuck. And he's an Argonian. Oh, I got him. But, shit. I feel like that's doable. I don't need to do this, but... Also, those statues keep freaking me out. I keep thinking that they are, we do, like, a Half-Life crouch jump. I don't think that's a thing. Like, I could jump while crouched, but that's just gonna... Yeah, there we go. But, you know, say what you want about Starfield. As someone who hasn't played it, it does seem like that game at least leans more into the role-playing character build kind of side of things. I don't know how true that is in the long run, but I know people were even drawing comparisons to, like, Daggerfall in, like, terms of, like, the backstory selection and stuff like that. So I think that's good, because I think, even though it is very easy to limit yourself in Skyrim, because, you know, you, like, have to use a particular skill to level it up, even though technically you could do that with every skill. It's better to not. It is better to specialize in most cases, unless you're playing on, like, Novice or something. But at the same time, like, you can, you know, spam Muffle to, like, rack up on level ups and stuff like that, right? And because there's no attributes, you don't fall behind as easily in terms of combat, because you're still investing into HP. Like, either health or, I guess, stamina or whatever, right? As you're gaining these level ups. And just because you're leveling up Illusion doesn't mean that you have to put those perk points into Illusion. You can then turn around and put them into anything, so maybe a limitation there would be good. Like, maybe you have perk points that can be... Maybe you have magic, stealth, and combat perk points. Like, similar to how the categories are for the major skills in this game. Maybe the skills that you level up determines what kind of perk points you get, and therefore limiting what perks you can invest in, so you can't cheese it in that same way. And yeah, cheesing and breaking an RPG like this is... It can be part of the fun. But I think overcoming that kind of thing with limitations in place is even more rewarding.
We should go hunting. The arrows are ready. Let's go kill the gate. Let's go.
Oh. Well, I guess we're doing more than just the Gatekeeper this time. Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how do we only have 4? No, 20. But yeah, and I do think, I'm more... Maybe it's because I don't understand how it works, because I have not really fucked around with alchemy in this game. I like the alchemy system in Skyrim, though. I get a kick out of that. Like, just mixing a bunch of stuff together to discover the, what's it called? The effects. Fucking balls. Get murked. I guess there's not really a reason to use any of these. The Gatekeeper is dead. Long live the Gatekeeper. I should retrieve the keys to the Gates of Madness from the Gatekeeper's corpse.
The Gatekeeper is slain. Congratulations. The honor of taking the keys from his corpse is yours. As soon as you get those doors unlocked, I'm going in. The Gatekeeper's dead. As soon as you get one of those doors unlocked, we can go in. They're calling to me from in there.
You say so.
If you hear any bones talking, come...
Excuse you? If you hear any bones talking, what? What now? I bought the key to mania and the key to dementia, and go through either door of the gates of madness. This doesn't have to do with who you become the Duke of. I think you can still
You've managed to kill the gatekeeper.
jump scare.
Pity. Well, you'll now be able to enter the realm proper. You'll notice there are 2 doors. One leads to the lands of mania, the other to dementia. Enter through either one. The lands are quite distinct, but both are Sheogorath's domain. You'll want to seek out Lord Sheogorath. I believe he has plans for you. Try not to disappoint him.
Oh, got lots
You will
to...
enter soon, I imagine, through the gates of madness and into the lands of mania and dementia. It is the realm of Lord Sheogorath. It is what he wills it to be. The trees bloom according to his whim, and the wind blows at his command. Tread lightly in the Isles. It is not a place suited to all mortals, but I'm sure you'll do fine. He is the Prince of Madness, the ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his will that we exist in this place. He is our Lord and Master. You'll want to speak with him soon, as I believe he has plans for you. You will find him in New Sheoth, in his palace. It is best not to make Lord Sheogorath wait. His whims are fleeting, and should he decide you are no longer necessary, it would be to your detriment.
Yeah, jumping rope with my entrails and all that good jazz.
It is, of course, the capital of the Shivering Isles. It is divided into Bliss, Crucible, and the Palace districts. The lands of Mania are bright, vibrant, and full of color. You'll find its inhabitants reflect the land itself. If you wish to meet the residents of Mania, you will find them in the settlements of Hale and Highcross. Take care, though. Though the citizens and creatures of Mania are colorful, they can often be quite deadly. The doorways into the realm proper. You may enter through either one. Really, it depends on which aspect of the realm more suits your disposition. As I've said, all choices have consequences, but don't trouble yourself too much with your decision. All those that enter the realm are forever changed, but some believe it is for the better. The lands of dementia reflect the darker side of its residents. It is easy to get lost among the tangle of roots growing out of the ground. If you wish to meet dementia's citizens, seek them out in Deep Wallow or Felmore. I'm sure.
I do wish you could press E, or like whatever your activate key is, to move ahead in dialogue instead of having to click down here or press enter, aka like taking my hand off the mouse, which is like never ideal in a game you're playing with mouse and keyboard. So I don't really get that, and you can't rebind this, which is a little annoying. And the same goes for picking up books. I just wanted to note that.
Enlightening as always.
It's like a small nitpick that I don't really... I mean, I'd have to play the original to remember, but it is something they could very easily change. Like, very easily fix. Alright, so... I don't think it really matters too much which one we pick. God, it's dark. Holy shit. Mania entrance. I think we'll go Dementia, just because it's like the darker one. And this character is, you know, a vampire assassin thief. So it's like, it just kind of makes sense. I guess we can hold on to these. These are actually pretty strong. But, you know, I like consistency, so... Jesus Christ, it is so dark in here. Blessing of Dementia. I guess I could have checked... I probably should have saved to see like what the passive difference is. I've entered the Shivering Isles. I should seek out seek out Sheogorath. Let's see. I wish you could also see like a list. Instead of seeing what it is affecting, I'd like to be able to see what the actual passive effects are. Like, why doesn't it show me like vampirism and then show me all the things, all the buffs associated with that, right? Because like this, for instance, resist paralysis 100% under vampirism, but like I'm trying to click this, like unless there is a way to view that, but like here it's like Night Mother's Blessing, vampire skills and shrouded armor are all buffing my acrobatics for a total of 15. But it'd be nice to see like what all of this encompasses in this and this. So like I have to kind of look through and see. Oh, skeleton key fortifies security by 40 points. Oh, maybe I'm not actually maxed then, but I effectively am. Not that it matters because the skeleton key makes it doesn't break anyway. What was the is that a spell? Oh, Blessing of Dementia? Demoralize onto oh, it's just a spell that once a day. Lame. I hate that shit. Because who, like, I know what the game tells you, but like, who pays attention to what, who actually pays attention to what day they're on in an Elder Scrolls game? You can look at it, but like, that's the main thing that I hate about daily spells and like racial abilities and shit. Like, balance it in a way to where I can just use it without having to sweat like in-game time, which again, nobody in their right mind pays attention to that shit. It's like, oh, has it been 24 hours yet? I guess if the cooldown, like if you go to your favorites and it doesn't allow you to select it or use it, then like, yeah, you know, then that, it hasn't been. But like, that's not the same as actually keeping track of that shit. Are you... See, the thing is, I don't know what to expect as far as... You're probably an enemy. Fuck. I don't really give a shit about this stuff at all. I don't know what's on offer as far as Bromite Dagger. I don't know what's on offer in this expansion as far as armors are concerned. Like, is there something, you know, aesthetically fitting to an assassin character? I know I'm pretty sure you get like either Mania or Dementia armor when all's said and done. But then it's like, what else is left to do at that point, I guess? You just do like regular side quests, I suppose, but yeah, so I guess Mania's on this side. And then Dementia's on this side. God. Let's see if we can get some music playing though, because I just don't want to shoot before. Yeah, like
Mad God's blessings. The Maz can guard Crucible in New Sheoth. We ensure the Demented remain orderly and respectful of our Lord Sheogarth. Sheogarth is our Lord, ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his whim that the Maz can walk, and we serve our master to the death.
I wonder what her armor would look like on like a male NPC, because
divided yet perfect.
It definitely is not going to look the same. In fact, I could even just test it. I'm just curious. Oh, you can't even loot it? Why does she have 3 different shields and they're all different? Weird. But see, this is why I have the achievement enabler on, because like I'm not actually like break it again. Like I could just bump the difficulty to novice if that's really what it took. I don't want to do that, but it's like I don't see an issue with using console commands and still gaining the achievements, given that the achievements aren't like hyper specific or like difficult, and they're not. It's literally just complete the quest lines. I'm surprised there's no music, though. we'll just keep moving along then. I feel like I've largely said my piece as far as pros and cons of this. Right? Like, I definitely could have waited for a sale. Don't crash. I definitely could have waited for a sale, especially given the technical state this game is in, which isn't, like, on my rig at least, it's not horrendous, but it's not good either, as you just saw with that, like, unnecessary stutter. That's mostly been what it has been, though, technically, though. Sunday's probably better for me. But I should actually be able to be available for that. Chat a bit. I'm curious to hear more of your thoughts on Ishin, because I downloaded the demo for it, the combat demo, and I only played a few minutes, but I was like really not impressed with the combat. And so that has me thinking, like, maybe I just don't pick this one up then. Even though I think the idea and the aesthetic and all that is cool, as far as, like, samurai Yakuza is concerned. Yum. I love the verticality, too. Like, that, the acrobatic skill is so cool for that. It just provides a lot more options. Like, you know, getting on rooftops and shit. Although I did almost break the Dark Brotherhood quest line, if it weren't for the fact that this game had autosave. Because the target that is in Breville, that the guy who, like, goes and looks at the statue of the lucky lady or whatever, that one, I got up on a rooftop and took the kill, but then when Lucien Lechance shows up and talks to you, he couldn't get to me, and it locks you in place, and so, like, I almost got soft-locked until I actually figured out what the fuck was going on. A Spider Daedra. Very cool. I guess these are different, but I am very curious, though. I think it's cool that, by and large, like, you can kind of point to I think the Daedric Princes, I should lead with, I think the Daedric Princes in Elder Scrolls are, like, the absolute coolest part of the lore. And, like, the absolute most interesting parts of any of these games is anything to do with the Daedric Princes. I think they're so fascinating. I think it's cool that you can actually, like, interact with them, you know? And, like, speak with them and all that. It makes them way more compelling than the Aedra. Whereas, you know, the Aedra are more traditional gods that kind of, like, mind their own business and everything. What the fuck? But that said, I think it's interesting that, like, each of these games, from Morrowind on at least, you can kind of point to a handful of Daedric Princes that are, not a handful, but, like, there's a few Daedric Princes that are really relevant. Like, I think, isn't it Azura in Morrowind's main quest is, like, the main thing? Or really, I guess you could say the Tribunal in general. Or I guess there's a Tribunal expansion for that as well. But, like, her scene, when it comes to, is it Blood Moon? Is that what it's called? I'm trying to remember what the name of the expansion is for Morrowind that has to do with her scene. But then, like, in this game, it's like Mehrunes Dagon is a big player in the main quest. Not that you're talking to him, really. But then we have Sheogorath for a major expansion, right? And then, like, Skyrim... I don't think there's a Daedra involved with the main quest, because it's, like, Alduin, right? Who's not, like, a Daedric prince, but that's fine. But then you have Hermaeus Mora being very prevalent in the Dragonborn DLC. And so, like, I would highly doubt that they would double dip on any of the ones they've currently used. And so I'm wondering, like, I was Googling around this, like, what people think would be cool for Elder Scrolls 6 as far as, like, who's the prominent Daedric prince for either the main story or an expansion or whatever. Maybe it's a little generic now, but what if there was a plague in High Rock / Hammerfell for Elder Scrolls 6, and like Peryite did play a role there or something. Like I could see that. What are some other options as far as like ones that have not been explored? I'd have to look up a list. I guess Clavicus Vile would be interesting as well. Would go very well with like political squabbles and all of that, that kind of shit that goes on in High Rock in particular. Let me pull up a list of the Daedric princes real quick. I'm a little perturbed by there being no music. Let's see here. Yeah, like, I mean, I guess it could be any of the Tribunal, but, like, maybe we cross out Azura and Boethia. So, like, Clavicus Vile is an option. Hermaeus Mora was used in Skyrim. Persine was used in Morrowind. Jigalag and Sheogorath are used in Oblivion. Malakath, I guess, yeah, with Orsinium being in between, like, in High Rock, Hammerfell area. Because there's no way that if they're doing both High Rock and Hammerfell, which is unclear, if it's only one, I think it's going to be High Rock. But I feel like they'd probably do both, because Ambition is the name of the game with BGS. That means Orsinium is going to have to be there to some capacity, for sure. Or maybe that's an expansion. Maybe they say that for an expansion, and so Malakath is the expansion Daedric Prince. But as far as, like, what did I say? Clavicus Vile, Malakath, Mafal is in the Tribunal, Meridia, I guess, Molag Bal, would you count that in Dawnguard? Not, like, kind of, but not really. Because you don't really interact with Molag Bal in the Dawnguard DLC, but it has to do with vampires, which is his domain. Namira, Peryite, Sanguine, and Vermina. So we've got, like, Dreams, we've got Debauchery, we've got Pestilence. Nocturnal was a big thing with the Thieves Guild questline in Skyrim, and she's always, like, sort of tangentially a part of that. Because, like, the Grey Cowl of Nocturnal. But, like, I don't see them doing Nocturnal again. Maybe for a questline or, like, a more prominent... Like, there's always going to be those Daedric Prince quests, like the individual one-offs. And it would be cool if they actually got full-on quest lines for the ones who aren't a focal point of a main story or expansion, but... I feel like Peryite and Namira would pair well together. And then, like, Sanguine and Clavicus Vile could potentially pair well together if they wanted to do 2 even. Yeah, there's options. And regardless of what they pick, I find... Okay, nice to meet you too. What guild did I rock with in Skyrim? I think in both Oblivion and Skyrim, I think the Dark Brotherhood is probably the best questline overall. Like, as far as just the intrigue, as far as the individual main quests are concerned, and, like, the overarching what becomes of things, I think the Dark Brotherhood questline here is actually stronger. But that's more so because, like, Skyrim's has... I feel like this one just has more... I don't want to say twists, because that's not really what it's about, but it's more just like, oh, we're doing this now? Like, oh, there are multiple moments where the questline can kind of... your goals and stuff like that sort of flip on their head. Although I think that this one in Oblivion ends a bit abruptly.
Speak, citizen.
But I think the Thieves Guild is... I like their hideout in Skyrim, but I don't vibe as much with the whole, like, thug angle. I think it works for Skyrim, it makes sense for that region, but the Thieves Guild in Skyrim feel less sneaky. I'll just give the rundown of the other ones too. Like, the companions are interesting, but that quest line feels kind of half-baked. Most of the progress for that one is just, how the fuck do I even take the door to the palace grounds, maybe?
Speak, citizen.
Or maybe I should feed. Yeah, the companions, most of that progress is like Radiant quests. There's not really that many actual main quests in the companions quest line, but I don't even think the Fighters Guild quest line is that great in this game. Until like the very end. Like the way that the Fighters Guild quest line ends, what is it showing me as far as where this entrance is? I'm just being dumb. Yeah, like I feel like the Fighters Guild, it doesn't help that the combat in this game is like not that Skyrim's combat is amazing or anything, but like the combat in this game especially is like just really stiff. And so like having a guild that is focused on that and focused on dungeon crawling, both of which are sticking points for me with this game in like a negative aspect. But I'd probably say like Dark Brotherhood for Skyrim is probably my favorite. Because even College of Winterhold, I think the College of Winterhold questline, even though it also feels sort of underwhelming at times, I think is more interesting than the Mages Guild here, except for maybe the lore implications, as far as like Manamarco and all that. So, it is what it is. Like, I as I mentioned earlier, with I think Oblivion especially, but even in Skyrim, I think some of the most interesting aspects to Elder Scrolls games is when you're interacting with NPCs and are like in the civilizations, so to speak. But I think Skyrim cranked up the quality as far as like dungeon crawling and exploring outside of those areas, so that helps. But I think that lends itself to a strong Thieves Guild and Dark Brotherhood questline. Even if, like, storytelling-wise, they're not necessarily amazing, per se. And what I mean by that is I think the Thieves Guild questline in Skyrim is a little... I guess it has its moments. Maybe I'm underselling it a little bit. It's just not really, like, my vibe, I guess. I liked Winterhold the most, just for the wizards. I think Winterhold is cool. I would make, like... In vanilla, I would maybe put Winterhold above Thieves Guild, maybe, for Skyrim.
Yes, is there something
Well, no, I guess I used mods for Winterhold as well. To, like, flesh out the college to make it more interesting and all that.
Is never done.
Well, look who's here. You! A new arrival!
Playing a battle mage.
My gatekeeper.
Good call.
I'm so happy
Good call.
I could just tear out your intestines and strangle you with them. I suppose an introduction is in order. I'm Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, and other things. I'm not talking about them. You've probably figured that out by now. Let's hope so, or we're in real trouble. And out come the intestines, and I skip rope with them. But perhaps now's not the time. You've made it this far, farther than anyone else. Well done. Take this trinket of mine. Perhaps it will serve you well, or look lovely on your corpse.
See, I think that the best rewards in Oblivion are not from dungeon crawling, but just from doing quests, which is good. But it means that, like dungeon crawling for the sake of it just doesn't feel as rewarding in this game, I think. And the dungeons are just kind of boring and tedious at times. Like, they have their moments, I guess, but it's not really my cup of tea. And I like dungeon crawlers, I do. I mean, that's why, like, I've enjoyed, like, certain Shin Megami Tensei games and shit, right?
I've been waiting for you. Or someone like you. Or someone other than you for some time. I need a champion, and you've got the job. Time to save the realm, rescue the damsel, slay the beast, or die trying. Your help is required. A change is coming. Everything changes, even Daedric princes, especially Daedric princes.
Yeah, no, bound weapons were fun to mess around with in Skyrim, for sure. I definitely did a Battle Mage playthrough with, like, bound sword and stuff like that, because, yeah, it does scale. And I think it's the equivalent of, like, in the early game, it's actually better than a lot of weapons. It's just, you know, the cost of summoning it. But I think it's, like, is it Daedric equivalent? Or maybe it's maybe it's a little bit lower tier than that. But it does, I think, get outscaled by the latest of late game weapons, but by that point, it's like, you're probably done with your playthrough anyway.
Daedra are the embodiment of change and permanency. I'm no different, except in the ways that I am. The Grey March is coming, and you're going to stop it.
Yeah, I did finish this quest line, and I just don't remember. Actually, I think I maybe have finished this before. I just don't remember the Jigalag fight particularly.
The details aren't important, at least not right now. Eternity is on a rather tight deadline. We'll get back to that later. Now, you run an errand for me. An important one, of course. Anything I tell you to do is important. My realm, my rules. You're going to Zedilian, one of my favorite spots in the Isles. It's a little place I used to take care of unwanted visitors. And some are more unwanted than others. The gatekeeper takes care of most of the unwanted, but he's dead. We'll have to remedy that soon as well. Anyway, there are those that have other ways into my realm, and they're on the move. We don't want them here, trust me. So, you're going to get Zedilian up and running. Here's a little book to tell you how. And the Attenuator of Judgment. You'll need that too. Of course, you can always get more details from Haskell. He's a detail-oriented type of person. A big help. And a snappy dresser. Now, get going before I change my mind. Or my mind changes me. Really, no need to trouble yourself with the details of that now. It would just cloud your little mind. What is important is getting to Zedilian. Quickly! Before I get bored. Oh, you wouldn't like me when I'm bored.
Yeah, I really think these games are at their strongest when you're like... When they're weird and alien and shit. Like, that's why Morrowind is so appealing, I think. It's definitely a part of it, right? And same with the Shivering Isles. Like, people love the Shivering Isles. Maybe even more than the base game, for some. And, of Oblivion. And that's due in part because you're, like, in one of these Daedric realms. And granted, you're in the... Is it the Badlands? Or something like that, as far as Mehrunes Dagon's domain. But the fucking Oblivion portals in the main quest are really boring and repetitive and just, like... It's like what I said about the dungeons already. It's just that, but with a, like, fiery coat of paint, which is a cool coat of paint because you don't see that much. Otherwise, there's not really, like, yeah, there's a volcano in Morrowind on Vardenfell, right? But you don't really get, like, that sort of fire and brimstone aesthetic much in, like, the more recent Elder Scrolls games, I guess. Aside from the Oblivion Gates.
New Sheath. My home away from places that aren't my home. The current location is much better than some of the prior ones, don't you think? Yes? Speaking to me? Well, I'm he. He's me. And others as well. Or they were, weren't they? The Isles. The Isles! A wonderful place. Except when it's horrible. Then it's horribly wonderful. Good for a visit. Or for an eternity. A little busy here! I'm trying to decide what to have for dinner. Oh, how I love eating. One of my favorite things to do.
A man after my own heart.
If you need more information, he's got more brains than a brain pie. Oh, brain pie. Perfect.
No, I spoke too soon.
To donate. You can go now. Run along, scoot.
The Mad God has given you a task. Surely someone of your copious talent should be able to handle it. He is the Prince of Madness.
I thought I already
The Shivering
selected
Isles
these.
is what yes, quite an amazing place, really. Wonderful for relieving one's tension as you watch those troublesome adventurers suffer. No offense. I'd say your next move is to head to Zedillion and get it reactivated. Yes? Ah, silly me. The book has no pictures. Can't really expect you to read that now, can I? To reactivate Zedillion for my lord's pleasure, you'll need to find 3 focus crystals and return them to their resting place. Each crystal has a matching receptacle called a judgment nexus. Even you can't miss them. Without the crystals in place, the resonator of judgment, Zedillion's power source, cannot be restored. You have the attenuator, a manual, and a map. I'm certainly not going to carry you there, so I'd suggest you get to it. Place one foot in front of the other. You know how it goes.
Shit is too funny, dude.
The Mad God has given you a... I'd suggest you make haste and get to Zedillion. My Lord Sheogorath does not like those who lollygag. Or maybe he does? Enlightening as
Now,
always.
the especially fun part about getting to interact with a Daedric Prince is like seeing how they react and fight back. Wait. He just warped me somewhere, what? Yo! I forgot about this. Yo! That's fucking awesome. Oh man. That's too fucking funny, dude. That's amazing. Like, actually. I do seem to remember doing that in the original game. What if I attack Haskell? Does he do the same thing? What the fuck?
Mad God has given you...
Is a... What the...
If only we could speak more often.
Is he actually intangible?
Go! Be gone! Things to do.
Is this a bug, or is this, like, how he is? I think that's actually kind of cool. If he just is intangible in that way. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, I can't even quick load from here. We'll just do this again. Just because it's fun. And then we'll move on. I wonder if this would be... If the main quest for Shivering Isles would be short enough for me to do in one stream. It'd probably be a pretty long one, though. So I'm down to, like, kind of split this up a bit. Maybe it'll be like a 3 or 4-parter, kind of like those Castlevania playthroughs I did. But yeah, that you bring up a good point, Space Cowboy, when you bring up the battle mage aspects. But like as far as Skyrim's concerned, because of the dual wielding, where you can put a spell in either or both hands, and so you can very easily have a sword in one hand and a spell in the other. Granted, in this game, you can have a sword and shield, and then because there's a cast button and like a hotkey wheel for spells, at least in the remaster. I don't remember if this was a thing in the original. I don't think it was. I mean, regular hotkeys certainly were on PC. But, I don't think I've ever played the console version of Oblivion, actually. But... What's it called? I do kind of miss that. I think having a cast button on top of being able to wield in your hands, I think would be cool, but I definitely do prefer... Like, the spell variety here and spell crafting is definitely better here because it actually exists. Like Skyrim doesn't have much in terms of spell variety, and it doesn't have any spell crafting, so... Yeah, that's one of those things that this game and Morrowind definitely have a leg up on. And I would never argue the other way as far as that. But as far as like combat utility, I definitely prefer the way that Skyrim handles equipping weapons and spells.
I have a proposition for you. Best not to talk about it here. Meet me at the sewer grate, northeast of the Sheogorath statue. Come after dark.
I'm a little torn if I want to do... Oh, this is pretty far. So I'm wondering if, like... I don't really have, like, a particular time constraint or number of streams I'm trying to do this in, per se. I anticipate it being not that many. But I'm like, should I do some side quests first? Or should I go do Zedillion and then see where we're at time-wise? I'm a little torn. Because it'd be fun to, like, you know, explore the city a bit and, like, interact with the NPCs and stuff. What in the... Is that the back entrance or something?
Oh, sickly Bernice, proprietor. Don't get too close now. You might catch what I have. Well, it seems I'm dying. Yes, these may be my last days in the Shivering Isles. That is, unless someone like yourself could help me find the cure. Oh, well. Are you willing to... Oh, there's only one place in all the Isles to get the cure for what I have. Naughty Bramble. I'll mark it on your map. There, on the lowest level of the place, is a pool containing the cure. Bring me back the remedy, and I will reward you well. I see the flask. Oh, yes. It's the miracle remedy for any disease. He said if I
feel like it'd be a missed opportunity to not do,
it only exists at...
It'd be a missed opportunity, I think, to not do side quests.
So telling how much time I have. I hope you are sleepy. If you would...
So I like the idea of picking up some side quests and then on our way to Zedillion.
There's no telling.
Like, if there's side quests I can do on my way there, then maybe we kind of handle it that way. Though I do kind of wish you could mark multiple quests at once, so you could, like, kind of plan a route. That's something that's a little unfortunate. But I guess, like, yeah, Naughty Bramble's on the way to Zedillion. There was that one guy that wanted me to follow him to the Sheogorath statue. After dark, which, oops. It is 4:24 a.m. in-game. Have I not done any, as far as side quests are concerned, you mean? I did some in the main game, but I just mean as far as, like, Shivering Isles in particular. It's like, if that's gonna be the focus of this, like, you know, streaming series or whatever, I don't want to just bum rush the main quest, per se.
So, are you interested in earning some loot? Great. There's a simple task. Yes, a simple task that you must perform. This life, it's too painful. Everywhere I look, I see death, dying, and decay. When I dream, I see a world without sunshine. I'm constantly on the verge of retching up, or falling asleep, or screaming at someone who doesn't deserve it. I'm just so fed up with it all.
Holy shit. This is what he's asking me to do, but I'm like, damn, that is a very blunt way to say it.
I need your help. I need you to send my soul away from this world. You must kill me. Have you seen those miserable souls on the Hill of Suicides? Do you think that that kind of existence is any better than this? No. You must kill me. I don't necessarily want to see it coming, and I want to die here in the city so all these people finally believe me. I wish they were nicer. You probably want to do it without spectators, though, so you don't get in trouble. But remember, I don't want to see it coming. Well, that's up to you, I suppose. I'm going to go about my daily lives. Make your move when you wish. Oh, that. When you kill me, take the key to my house. Nothing really worth taking except what's locked up in the jewelry box. Okay, I'm going to pretend everything is normal. Please, no!
I'm going to pretend everything is normal. Please, no.
Okay, I'm going to pretend everything. No! Not like this!
See, I think there is a way to like talk to other NPCs and like convince him to not want this. But I'm also playing as a vampire assassin from Black Marsh, so also nice floating hilt. Or not hilt, but scabbard. So if I was playing as like my paladin character or something, then that would be something where it's like, okay, yeah, let's figure out what's going on and see if there's another way to solve this. But I think this is fitting of an assassin character, as cold and heartless as it might be. Feather, light, water walking, fortified personality, and it's not bad. His will. Oh, and what's fun is you can actually wear 2 rings in this game. So what's my other ring that I'm wearing? The black band, fortified light armor, security, and magic. Or resist magic, sorry. This is feather, so 25 points of carry weight. Light? I mean, we don't want that. A very valuable thing, though. Yeah, is there supposed to just be no music? Maybe it's because it's nighttime? That's probably what it is.
Hello, I'm Una Armina. Perhaps you've heard of my Museum of Oddities. There you can view all the finest oddities of the realm. I'm always looking for new oddities to add to my collection. I do pay a nominal finder's fee. Do you have anything that you... Well...
See, this is nice. You noticed how, when I clicked on this, the cursor was still on rumors somehow? That's something that in Skyrim you need a, like, mod to fix. Where, like, if you click on an option that isn't, like, the selected one in, like, the rotation or whatever, it'll select, like, the thing that it's highlighted on and not the one you click.
See you.
So, there's that. But it's like a really simple fix. I don't even know if the unofficial patch fixes that or not. I don't think so. But I don't, maybe for a special edition.
I hope you've got...
Oh, right.
Harry. There's no telling.
Yeah, let's rest till morning and like see what this city is like. See what New Sheoth is like when there's a hustle and bustle. Maybe there's stuff that I can buy too while I'm here before I set out. Because I figure we can swing by, get the cure thing, and then head to whatever it's called, I forget the name, for the main quest. And then kind of pick up next time with that main quest at Zidillion, as it's called.
What? I like dogs. See you later.
You smell worse than that cat, Bisha. He's still around. I've seen him skulking like the filthy cat he is. He's still... Say what you're going to say. Really, you should... You went... I doubt it. Get away from... I doubt it. I won't fight you. No, you do me too... No, you do me too much honor. That's foul. I won't. I doubt it. No, you do me too much.
Oh, I
honor.
fucked it up. These are the bad ones.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
I won't fight you.
It's admire and coerce, right?
Not funny. Goodness, I won't fight you. I doubt it. Get away from me. I doubt you. Please, I'm embarrassed, but thank you. I doubt it. You've got to. Really now, you should be
Kinda
ashamed.
fucked that one up.
No, you do me too much honor. I can't argue with that. Get away from me. Not funny. Not even a little bit. I doubt it. Please, I'm embarrassed. Not funny. Not even a little bit. I doubt it. I won't fight. Goodness, what can I say? Please, I'm embarrassed. I doubt it. You should be.
I don't know why I'm having to think so hard about this. When I'm not streaming this game, I just do this automatically, and it like I don't have to think about it for
Not funny.
some reason.
Not even a little bit. That's it. No, you do me too much honor.
Because we're doing admire and coerce.
I doubt it. I won't. Please, I'm embarrassed. I doubt it. You win. What a wonderful compliment. Yes, he's the one. Isn't he scary? I bet you're. See you later.
He's not wrong.
like dog. Take care.
What if I take on this quest? Like, is there a way for me to warn Bisha then?
Haven't seen that. Yes. You would do that for me? I would do just about anything for you if you make him go away. He's still around. He's still for you.
Why are you suddenly...
I doubt it. What a one. You've got a point. I doubt it. Good. I can't argue with that. He's still around. Watch.
Do I have a fortified personality? Something or other? Good lord, this is a lot of writing, though.
For them.
Speak, Matt. He has a nice dog. I wonder if there are nice dogs. See you.
You haven't seen that. He's gone. I know what you need. You need a dog. Watch for them.
Do we get a dog companion?
Wait, you're not one of them. Goodbye.
How may I serve? You got some skooma, eh? Right, buddy? Cow? To share? I need... You don't know what it's like!
Oh my god. Hello? Is there supposed to be no music? Or is this a bug? Like, should I reset my game? That's really weird. I feel like this is not how it's supposed to be. Maybe I should, like, save and reload or something. Or maybe go back to the title menu and reload and see if that fixes it. It's really strange.
I'm Murine. If you have any secrets, I'm the one to tell. See you later.
Okay, I guess without further ado... Museum of Oddities, tell me if I find anything odd. I think we go get this cure first. And hopefully the music fixes itself. Maybe I should go to the main menu and reload and see if that fixes it. Maybe I just need to, like... I might just close out of the game and then reopen it. Because this is unusual. Yeah, I'm gonna just like fully quit out and relaunch it because I think this is a bug. I thought it was intentional at first, but I kind of don't think so. Yeah, my bad on that, guys. And I mean, as great as the main game's OST is, I am like a little disappointed there's not unique music for this area. Fishman. Yeah, I can still see you, you stupid douche. Scalon fin. Yeah, as I stated earlier on in the stream, if Morrowind got this kind of treatment, and they added voice acting and like all that kind of stuff, but they kind of kept the core the same, that'd be awesome. That would be sweet. But I might go, like I was saying, I might give Morrowind another try. Because that's one of those games that just never has fully clicked with me. Like, I think I said this earlier, but I respect the hell out of it and recognize what it does better than Oblivion and Skyrim, but it is a little rough around the edges. And maybe if I had started with it, I'd feel differently. But even Oblivion, like, this was my first Elder Scrolls game. I didn't play it until a few years after it came out, though. Like, this game came out when I was, like, in middle school, I guess? Or no, I guess, like, late elementary or something. So I had no wherewithal about it. And it wasn't until, like, late high school that I, like, delved in, basically. So I guess at the time the game was, like, what, 7 years old or something? But that still means I've been playing it longer than... Like, the distance from then to now has been longer than then to the initial release of the game, so... I still consider myself, like, an Oblivion veteran, as it were. For as strange of a term as that is, when it comes to video games, right? Easy money. Madness Arrow Matrix? Oh. Very interesting. See, that was a good find. I don't give two shits about alchemy in this game at all. I don't know why I picked that up. What was I gonna say? I do find it a little annoying that, like, I just use a healing spell on this guy when he has no affinity for restoration, and I'm not intending to be a magic build, because you just start with a healing spell, which is, like, kind of weird. Even Skyrim does that, where I think you start with fire, even if you're, like, you're not going to actually use magic, which is a little annoying. I usually console command that away, or, like, mod it to where... No, I usually play with Skyrim Unbound, which is, like, you can skip the Helgen intro, which, like, I don't really care for that much. And you can actually, like, build your character from the get-go, like, choose what kind of equipment he has, choose what his starting spells are, etc., etc. Shit. Kind of surprised that one shot. There's a proximity thing, maybe? Again, don't know what I'm going to do with all these poisons. I could apply them, but that's tedious and unnecessary. Maybe they come in handy at some point. And I'm kind of down for these to be sort of shorter streams. So, like, what if I do this, go to Xedilian, kind of park myself outside of Xedilian, and we do that next time? I like that idea. I am still trying to determine what my next, like, full playthrough is going to be. Oh, balls. Damn it. I'm a little torn on that front. But now that this is a streaming game, I will not be playing it on my own time at all. Because I've gotten all the other non-Shivering Isles achievements, at least. There's still more to do and stuff, and I'll be coming back to this game, I'm sure, for years to come, right? I mean, but I think, if anything, I'm more partial to jumping back into Morrowind or back into Skyrim after this. I know I shouldn't, though, but, interesting. Morrowind's more likely, but I think, so I actually caved and I bought Lost Judgment and the Kaito files because it was, like, not even $30 for both. It's like 28 something. And I've seen it on sale for that price quite a bit, but I was kind of like, alright, people say Lost Judgment has the best combat in the series, as far as Yakuza is concerned. And so I'm like, I'll probably play it at least for that, even, like, at least for that, and then just see where how I feel about everything else. But the First Judgment is what's up next. I think I'm gonna do that once, not stream it, but, like, that'll be something, the fuck? That'll be something that I probably start soon. I think it's about time to do that. But I do want to wrap production on this Yakuza video I'm working on first. Which I figure, as long as that's done by the end of, like, this next week, I'll be happy. And I think that'll be very doable. Kind of aiming for, like, at minimum 1 video per month, but more like 1 video every 4 weeks. Which does equate to, like, I think 13 videos a year, as opposed to 12. No pressure on that front, but it's more just like... No, I haven't started Judgment quite yet, but that'll be that was what I was gonna start after this as sort of my next, like... I know calling this an action game is a little strange. It's not really an action game in the same way, but, you know, I've got, like, FF13 currently as my turn-based game I'm chipping away at, and this was sort of like my action game that I've been playing. And so I figure now that this is a stream game, I can now pivot to Judgment as far as the action game that I'm playing on my own time. And just relegate this to streams. I guess we might as well take this, but it's like... I have more potions and stuff than I know what to do with. Anyone else down there? Oh, that's it? Just standing in here is enough? Okay. We could return to her, I suppose. Who sees me? Oh. Fast as fuck, boy. Oh, shit. Some of these damage thresholds are unfortunate. Like, I'll get them to a sliver on several occasions, but I think that's just, like, math. I don't know if I need multiple of these matrices, but we will take those. Oh, what the? Yeah, see, again, it's like, that didn't kill? Looked like it killed. Oh, I didn't even check for shops in New Sheoth. But it seems like we're doing okay, at least for now. Yeah, I'm excited to start Judgment, and I don't know if you caught my question earlier, Space Cowboy, about Ishin's combat, but yeah, I did jump into that demo very briefly, but I was like, man, this doesn't feel good, like, at all. And I was like kind of surprised. And then I looked into it, and it seems like a lot of people think that Ishin's combat is like not very good. And the appeal is more so in the story. But like, what do you think? We can talk about it on Discord or whatever this weekend if you want, but since I should be free on Sunday, but what do you think about it so far? Because I don't know if the demo just doesn't give the greatest impression, or if it is that the combat is just not very good, or whatever. I mean, it's like, I guess it wasn't Dragon Engine though, and it's not Dragon Engine, it's Unreal, actually. The remake is Unreal, but the original was like PS3 gen, like sort of akin to Zero and Kiwami, but before that? But like, why? It's one of those things I'm like, why does Yakuza 5's combat feel so good, and then this game that comes out after it, like, doesn't? I just wonder. I mean, I might as well just go turn in this quest. We can just go on foot. This character's so fucking fast that, like, even if it's 500 steps away or whatever meters, I don't know what the metric is, it's not gonna end up mattering too much. Oh my god. I'm not, like, on Novice or something, am I? No, I'm on Adept. And like I was saying, Adept was starting to become a little bit of a struggle in the late game of, like, mainland Cyrodiil. Maybe not a struggle, but, like, as far as this character who's not really oriented for combat, like I was saying, like, more, you know, sneak up and get multipliers kind of deal, as opposed to, like, fighting head-on. So I'm, like, surprised at how quickly I'm dropping these guys. And look at this, because of my acrobatic skill, we can actually hop around, which is a lot more interesting. I do think the athletic skill is kind of dumb, though, but I do think speed modifiers is... like, having a speed modifier and being able to improve that is good. Whether it's skill or attribute-oriented, or if it's, like, some other thing entirely, I don't really care, but... like, I think the athletic skill is a little stupid, but I like the idea that your character can get faster. But I am surprised at, like, how high you start your attributes at, to the point where my Nord Warrior, who is supposed to be kind of a slow, combat-oriented guy, I maxed endurance and strength, like, so quickly, that I started investing in speed, and, like, he was quickly catching up to the 100 cap. So it's, like, it's kind of unfortunate in that regard. Remix combat is still similar to the original outside of some new additions. Combat is cool, it just feels like it takes a minute to get there. Okay. I feel like you're really doing anything as far as damage. Reliant on a few things to get yourself going. Interesting. So I wonder if that demo just doesn't give you, like, enough starting perks or something like that, and it just feels slow and, like, not interesting. It's probably just a bad demo, I guess.
I hope you have... Let me see, please. Accept this as a gesture of thanks. Take care.
What do we get?
Wish I could.
Circlet of Verdure? I've never heard this word in my life. Resist disease, this is, like, completely useless to me. We're a vampire Argonian, but at least I can sell it, I guess. It's fun to shop. Verdure. Fuck is verdure? Lush green vegetation? A condition of freshness? I mean, yeah, it kind of has like the same... It's like verdant, you know?
Blessings, citizen.
There's a shop somewhere? House. Ah. Mysteries. You're a mystery, SpongeBob. This feels a bit slow at the beginning. Probably doesn't help. I think you're playing on hard from the start, yeah. Like, does it have the same sponge issue that, like, Kiwami has?
Oh, yes. You see, I am a using Magicka. I will slow your heart rate. You will be perfectly preserved. Oh, what is it that I can do for you?
Should have given me the option to say yes. Scrolls. What kind of spells do you have? Oh, interesting. Restore fatigue, restore health and fatigue. Oh. Hmm.
So, that's amazing.
I missed out on the. Okay, so it's coerce and boast.
That's just. I salute you. What nonsense. That's.
No, I fucked it up.
What a dumb. You win this one. What? That's just not funny. That's such adventures. How? Don't. What a dumb joke. That's amazing. Don't try. That's just. You. My life is. Don't waste your. You think that's. You. That's amazing. Don't. That's just not. You. I salute you. Most impressive.
Novice. We're cranking this shit then. Okay, so I guess that didn't work, but he didn't say anything, which is weird. Why is he not saying anything when he denies it? Okay. I'll just grab these because I don't have anything else better to do with my gold. I feel like. Don't have enough magicka though on these. Summons! Hey. Although I'm not really a conjurer though. Doing like a pure magic build would be fun, especially with the hotkey wheel. Brain health on touch. Snow flare, fire and frost, hailfire. I don't hate this. Not that I would use it over an arrow, but we might as well just grab this too, sure. This one's whatever. Recharge.
Let's see if we can't recharge some
3,000.
Please, come back soon. No telling what oddity.
Want to say yes as far as, what was it, Kiwami, like, enemy sponginess that I was talking about? Alright, let's see if, is there like a weapon shop? Things found? Sometimes the sign doesn't always indicate, like, what kind of shop it is in this game. And I find maneuvering, like, the town maps to be
So much to
really annoying.
Please, look. Bye.
Okay, this is
Something
like
here might save you when the end
alchemy and
comes.
like other garbage.
It's coming. I think I'm the only one who sees it, though. That's right. I've been stockpiling supplies. I've been gathering things for quite a while. I still need the Amulet of Disintegration, the Ring of Desiccation, and, of course,
The calming bands.
Must have the calming pants. Bring these to me, and I will reward you. Let me... Something... Bye.
Does it give me markers or like any indication of where to find these things? Oh, it does. Interesting. Because she said those names and I was like... I mean, fetch quests in general are usually a big, like, raise an eyebrow moment, but when it's like a specific thing, like a unique item, I'm especially like, unless they point you in the direction, which I know, like, the lack of direction sometimes is good, but at the same time, like, what the like, I don't know. I guess you would just explore and just hope you find it eventually. But it seems that... Oh. What does this do? The Ring of Desiccation. Water breathe. Wow, that's worthless. I mean, it's actually kind of a cool combo, but like, we're an Argonian with acrobatics, so yeah. You didn't hear shit.
Is this your first? I am the curator. Anyway, I'm. Have you found a new audit? Oh, Joe.
Interesting. We can offer that back. Does she realize that it's something that I took?
Bye. Welcome to the. Have you found a new? Oh, a ring of desiccation. How mercenary of you. You and I both know the museum is... Bye.
That's awesome. That's actually awesome. And she doesn't, like, it doesn't, she won't, like, fight me about it, or, like, there's no bounty. That's fucking great. See, it's not all bad, but, like, this is Oblivion shit. Like, this isn't specific to the remaster. Like, there's some changes to the remaster that are nice and welcome, but that's why it's hard for me to recommend this, unless you are, like, really adamant about replaying Oblivion in, like, a prettier state, basically. Because I think, I mean, honestly, as with a lot of games, you're better off waiting for a sale in a lot of cases, unless you just can't wait, in which case you already know where you stand, in which case why are you paying what I say that much mind, or, like... Then it comes down to, like, people... When people get, like, overly defensive about certain games, where it's like, oh, it's absolutely worth it, or, like, whatever, on, like, a highly subjective manner, being video games, but also, like, money, and, like, how you spend it, or, like, how much you have to spend on, like, you know, disposable income and shit like that. But it's like, well, if you're, you know, it's just an insecurity thing, I guess. I feel like if you're so adamant about, like, it being worth it, and that you feel like it was worth it, then, like, don't let anyone take that away from you, you know? Like, if you know where you stand with Oblivion, you love Oblivion, you want to play the remaster, because it's very apparent what this changes and what it doesn't, then, like, then you already know. So, you know, don't let another person's opinion, like, get you riled up about it, right? Maybe it's performative, though. It definitely could be. I'm fumbling over my words. On the one hand, I'd love for it to be... On the one hand, I'd like to think that it's performative, but on the other end of the spectrum, it's sort of sad if people are being, like, intentionally performative, which is definitely a thing, but I mean, like, there's definitely a lot of defense and offense for various companies or games or products or whatever that aren't performative, and I can't tell which is sadder, honestly.
Fimian hungry. Sweet roll for Fimian.
Sweet roll. Let me guess, someone stole your sweet roll. I gotta say that. Where do I get a sweet roll from, though? Maybe the innkeep sells food? I thought there was an entrance down here. Excuse me. Let me see. I can get a sweet roll for this guy.
So much good food helps keep you healthy.
Sweet cake.
Most people,
That's not the same thing, right?
Doesn't seem to work for me.
I doubt this is the same thing.
Thank you. The funds go toward... Thank you. Take care. Wish I could.
What? hell is she doing with these? Is this someone stole your sweet roll line in reference to this? Perhaps?
Hello there. See you.
I feel like if he said sweet roll specifically, then that's what he needs, but sweet cake? That's like close enough, right? I could also kill him. And, just take the pants.
Greetings.
Wait a second.
Speak, madman.
It's just the same voice.
Take care.
I was like, you're not him. You're not him!
Greetings.
Where?
Speak, citizen.
Yes? Yes? Fimian hungry. Fimian.
Why sweet cake and not sweet roll, though?
Greetings.
What in the fuck are you?
Hello. Don't mind me. I'm a little tired.
I can tell.
Can't sleep at home, you know.
I can
The
fucking
walls, they're
tell.
not safe.
The dude's like prepping a backwards long jump or some shit. Like, he's twerking
Don't you
it.
know? You don't, do you? Well, it's lucky. Oh, there's an idea. Why didn't I've seen some people sleeping out on the street, but they huddle too close to the walls. There are walls and statues and all sorts of things that can. But if you find, oh, don't tease me. It's goodbye.
Common treasures.
Blessings of the Mad God.
Yeah, he was literally tweaking.
I have much to offer, and I'm always on the lookout for more.
Oh, this is just clothing, I see. Dwarven arrow. No sweet rolls.
Take care.
Careful. Want to get squashed.
The missing pauldron. Sounds like an armor shop. Could be promising.
Hello, I'm Dumag Grobong.
If you say so.
Oh, I'd be happy to forge amber armor for you. But I'd be happy to craft you. Amber is a resin found in root system. I alone know the Before my master passed on, she hid countless matrices in the world, there to soak up the magical essence of our world.
Well, I got
My
some...
master has done. Find me one of these matrices.
I did find a matrix, but it was for something different. So maybe it's the smith in Dementia then, if we're in Mania?
Always a good
Yeah, on the
to
Mania
protect
side.
yourself. I can help with that.
Chainmail, Dwarven... I mean, like, Mithril's cool, but, like, the Dark Brotherhood stuff is, like, Madness Bow, Madness Ore. I feel like that's the other side of...
Goodbye.
If there's a smith on the other side. Super, what the hell? Oh. Sweet roll, wait a second. Just grow my eggs. That's disgusting, what the fuck? See if I can find this other smith. Because I would assume there is one. You know what they say about assuming. How is man's doing?
The fork for Big Head. Oh, where has Master put the fork?
The fork of horribilation?
The fork. The precious, precious fork.
Yeah.
Hear how it sings to Big Head. Beautiful, perfect fork of horribilation. But it is gone. That is when Big Head came here. Master brought me. Whispered shouts into my ear. Songs of mad gods. Songs of bad gods. Softly, Master. Softly. It went away.
but it will come back. Hear it singing songs of home. It comes again. It brings presents. It is not present. You will find it. Bring the fork. Hear the music. Music of toads. Music of roads. Sing to yourself so all can hear. Talk to the beggar. Talk to Bullwing. He knows secrets, but no one can hear them. No one but Big Head. Take Big Head's charm. Listen to Bullwing. His tongue is tied, but his mind is unraveled. He'll tell you the secret. Find the fork. Take care.
Alright, we're getting side quests upon side quests here.
Yes?
Can I steal the pants? I doubt it. I doubt it.
Keep your fingers to yourself.
Fuck off. Can't even do shit. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't want to drop too many bodies around here for no reason, right? Yeah, let's see if Crucible has... Is Crucible's the Dementia side, I guess? And Bliss is the Mania side? Yeah, it looks like it. I think that's what I'm looking at. Oh, there's a weapon shop here. Cutter's Weapons. Okay. I could snoop around the houses, I guess, to look for sweet rolls. Where the fuck? Museum of Oddities. Oh, here we go. So maybe this is the guy who forges madness weapons and armor? That'd be kind of sick. Oh, okay.
Cutter, for a truly
Hmm.
inspired.
Okay.
Tradition dictates over time. Bring me a
I don't care.
spirits of ancient souls. It's a supple. See you later.
I'm just curious if the armor is it heavy?
Sure, you've got your ribcage. When
I just want to see what it is heavy armor.
your blade.
That's why I quick saved. Because then maybe we can get a dagger or something better than an elven. I was freaked out for a second. I was like, how far back did I quick save? I thought I did it here.
You remain faithful. That is good. I will cut your throat if you visit that other smith. What do you...
Bow arrows, magic arrows, magic bow. No dagger option. That's unfortunate. Maybe there's an amber dagger. Let me do that. Magic bow sounds interesting.
With a gentle moan, this bow will yield to your pull. With a scream of delight, it will launch pain into your enemies.
You say so.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Very fine madness bow. Damage health on strike. I mean, it's got a better enchantment. It's a little weaker damage-wise, but the damage health, like, more than makes up for that, I think. Like the 1 point in might, or whatever you would call this. I wish there was a dagger option. That's kind of unfortunate. That's really what I need, is a better close-range weapon. Maybe she's just selling something better.
I've got the sharpest blades in the Isles. Maybe anywhere. Take a look.
Dwarven dagger's not better. 9. mean, I can just go for a sword, I guess, but like, yeah, I don't know. I like the dagger animations. I think it fits this character well, though. So I'd rather just stick to that.
What?
I can still quick load. Like,
Think of. Take.
is the bow... Okay, so it's the same stats. This one just has an enchantment, so this is just strictly better then, obviously.
Care. I do. What?
Yeah, and this is all heavy armor. I wonder if the amber is light. Magic arrows.
Carve.
Let's see what the sword stats are. Very fine madness longsword, 15. I mean, that's pretty significant.
Later.
But I don't know, it just doesn't have the same flavor as... I just like these animations, though. How much more madness sword do I have before I need a quick load? 4?
I do. 5.
Oh, whoops. Let's see...
What shall I...
Claymore, nah. Also, I find it odd that axes are blunt weapons, although on my Nord character, I found an axe that actually had damage output that seemed like it was being traded as a blade weapon, which was weird. And I wasn't really sure what the deal was with that. Because all the other axes that I had seen were treated as blunt, so like the damage was not very good.
It is a... Goodbye.
How many arrows do you get from this? 25. 25? And they damaged it. Dude. I'm taking the enchanted bow and spamming enchanted arrows, and we're steamrolling this shit. Although I do like the ebony bow. I do like the aesthetic of this bow better, but I guess I could stick with the bow and just do the arrows then. It's also true. Because the bow is actually weaker minus the enchantment. And the enchantment will run out, whereas with the arrows it won't. I just have to retrieve them. But if you get 25 per... Oh, I see. So these are actually specific. So I could only do 2. That's still 50 arrows. Like that, along with collecting them back, because I will land most of them. Like, I think that'll be... I mean, I guess I can just use Elven's until I find something that isn't... that's, like, too tanky to deal with. But I could also just not fuck around and... yeah.
You remain... What shall...
Because, like, the bow with the enchantment, it's not even much of a downgrade, just 1 point of damage. Like, assuming, you know, once the enchantment runs out. Because also I have a matrix for the bow, so I might as well use it.
With a... What do you... It is... What do you... It is... What...
I think that's, yeah, that's all I can do. I don't like the idea of a sword. I'm sticking with daggers, so I hope that I find a better dagger at some point.
Maybe. I've got the sharpest blades in the Isles.
Yeah, like, and could I Skyrim cheese this? Like, oh, well, I don't know how this works with essential NPCs, but I don't know if this changes. I know in Skyrim you can, like, kill an NPC and then reload a save, and it'll change their inventory.
Need something sharp.
But
Stabbing,
it doesn't seem like this does that.
sort of thing.
Or if it...
I can accommodate
Okay,
you,
shut the
I assure
fuck
you.
up.
What?
Dear Lord.
What not is that remarkable?
Admire boast. Admire boast.
Is that remarkable? Really?
Really now?
Not is that really?
That probably wasn't.
No.
Oh, I fucked it up, damn it.
Oh, please.
Well done.
Goodness.
You can't really?
Goodness.
What can I? Remarkable. Not. That's just talk.
Admire, boast.
Get away from me.
Goodness.
You can't scare me. What a wonderful compliment. You're wasting. Remarkable.
Oh, please. Goodness.
Remarkable. Well done. You can't scare me. What a wonderful. Not funny.
Really now?
You can't scare me. Remarkable. That works for me. I've got the sharpest blades in the Isles.
Apprentice. Try 70 and just see.
You got a good deal there.
I could try even higher, but I mean, that's pretty good. I bet 75 is too high.
Are you trying to ruin me?
72.
That offer's no good. That seems fair to me.
Let me take those.
That's a fair deal.
I know bone arrows are technically better, but like, I'm not running 4 bone arrows and dealing with that. I'd rather just. I'll sell the pearl, sell the silver nugget.
That's a fair deal.
Shrouded armor's fine. Gatekeeper bone arrow. Hold on to these just in case, I guess. These are better though. And the gatekeeper's already dead, so unless he gets resurrected and I need to kill him again, which I doubt, in which case it would definitely give me an opportunity to get more arrows anyway, so who gives a shit. But it's only worth 160, so we'll just hold on to it. It's fine. And I already established, like, this is better with the enchantment when it's charged. So maybe I save this bow for special occasions or something. Like, just use this for the superior damage without the charge, and save this for, like, boss fights or something. I do like the idea of switching over to madness arrows, though, like, permanently. I'm also going to round out my silver arrows to... We'll just take 99.
I hope that serves you well.
It doesn't make sense to have more than like 100 arrows on you, though, unless you're really inaccurate. So I'm almost like, why don't I just... I know it's only 7.5 weight, so it doesn't really make a difference, but like... I could... Like, I just don't need this many arrows, though. So if it's just sitting there and there's no use for it, then the value is what I can sell it for, right? I want to, like, be sparing with these, but if I find more matrices, I can craft 25 more. I think once I have 75 or 100, like, if I can craft 2 more of these... I feel like I could probably just get away with switching over to those full-time, but I'll hold on to the... We'll keep 99 Elven, like, just in case, I guess. Yeah, like, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's stronger in base, even without the enchantment, and then you have damage 15 points on strike. Like, that's so good. The problem is recharging is so expensive, though. But I have a lot of expensive stuff I can sell, to be fair, to make up for that. So maybe I do just switch over. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty cool. I do like the way the ebony weapons look, and like how sleek it is. We'll switch over. I'm gonna hold on to this still, though, just in case. Still wish there was a better dagger. I guess I can check the other smith as far as like what he has for sale. I should have checked that while I was over there. How do I get back there? I think it's actually this way. Yeah.
How may I?
And you know what?
Greetings. Hello. Ballywog is a dangerous little creature.
Your words
Some
hold
say
no
they
meaning
grow up
for
to be
me.
scalons.
Take care.
I thought they were related to the Grummites. Take care. Yes? What is it?
God.
Anvil is all in an uproar. First the chapel attacked. Now the prophet ranting about the end of the world.
Balls.
Take care.
Shit. Did I not take the arrow back? Wait a second. I just... Or maybe you can't. Maybe is that the downside with these arrows then? Is you can't take them back?
Speak quickly, mortal.
So maybe I do use them sparingly then. Let me see. Yeah, it seems like they just disappear. They don't even stick in there. Okay. So in that case, maybe I do just stick to Elven and save these for like enemies that don't take damage. Because like we're doing just fine with the Elven arrows currently anyway. And then you add to that the enchantment on this, which I also don't need currently. So like, yeah, maybe I know this is like really anal, but I'm gonna save those for like fighting Jiggalak or some shit, you know? And maybe if this is leveled, then maybe I should just wait to forge it to begin with, but this isn't the same as like other leveled loot like Volendrung or whatever, I don't think. Maybe it is, I don't know. Just craft another one later, I guess, whatever, doesn't matter. We'll just rock with this because it's more than enough damage for like anything I could possibly need. For now.
Do not bother the Oriole with your petty conversation.
Take care.
And yeah, I'm just gonna kill Sweet Roll McGee because is the quest gonna update? I'm like, okay. What else? One of them is over here, which I'm not gonna do right now. Because who knows, the main quest might send us over there. What's the deal with this one, though? Common treasures. Who the fuck sees me? I'm very confused, okay. Oh wait, you're the one I'm okay, you're the one I'm delivering this stuff to, right?
Let me know.
Let me just remind myself, I could probably take it back if I really want something. Fortified personality. Oh right, these are, I mean, beyond what they can sell for, they're worthless, so.
The ring of desiccation. Is it? Is it now? You can't be. The pants. Isn't it obvious? Do you know the #1 reason people die in a catastrophe? Well, not me. Fine.
Yeah, so the last thing's like in a dungeon or something, so we can do that later. I think Madness ore can be found in old ruins. Did I grab a quest for Amber Ore as well?
Greetings.
Museum of Oddities. Finding him a place to sleep outside in the fork. Is there a marker for this? I'm confused.
Speak, citizen. Your lips to his... It's just one more way they try to get me to get all special in the head, right? Make me sleep outside and everything. Oh, what I would do for a warm bed. Why would he want to sleep in a bedroll and give me his bed? Sounds queer. I bet it's just another trick to get my head all twisted around. Trade places. A bed under a roof for a bedroll under the stars. Make it quick.
Shit again.
No. Yeah, you can. You're full of it.
Admire joke.
You're a bit. No. You do me too much honor. You're wasting your breath. No. Sure. Blah, blah, blah. What? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, good one.
Is that enough? Oh, I initiated it again, so.
Oh, really now? You're such a
We'll get it past 70, I guess.
Yeah, goodness. What could... Well... Sure, fine. I'm leaving. I've gotta find a way out of here.
Is it through here? I can't even... It's the same building. What the fuck?
Have you found me a safe? You found a place for me to sleep? Really? And it's a safe place? Well, I guess if... Oh, yes. Oh, here. Goodbye.
The hunger
Okay.
is one of Lord Sheogo.
What's up with the fork? Knock this one out. Head to the main quest location and call it a stream.
Speak quickly, mortal.
Yes?
I bet he does.
Fribble. Just Wait. You can understand me? What a pleasant surprise. Previously, it was only poor Big Head who seemed to understand me. Ah, yes. The Fork of Horripilation. I have heard rumors about it. It appears that Lord Sheogorath has returned it to the Isle. Not surprising, I suppose. He does enjoy his toys. Last I heard, some heretics had gotten hold of the item in question. Unfortunately, it seems to be an item of great importance for some of the zealots as well.
Okay.
Take care. Come back for a chat whenever.
Oh my god. We'll keep that in mind, that's way over there. Again, I wish I could tag multiple at the same time, but I get it. Not because my map markers, but just because, like, I like to play in a route, you know? But it's not a big deal. I kind of wish I could categorize these and, like, not have some of these in my quest log, but it's not a huge deal. This is just general, okay.
You have the chats.
I mean, if we find Amber stuff, we'll find Amber stuff. I'm not really too concerned about it. I say, like, let's make our way for, whatever the hell this dungeon's called, and wrap it up. But this has been fun. I really do like expansions that feel distinct. Like, obviously this is still Oblivion, and it's a continuation of an existing playthrough that I've been doing. But at the same time, it's not really like a fresh start in that like you're giving up your equipment and stuff, but they're just having a new land to explore, I guess. And that feeling somewhat isolated, I think, is something that I like. Be it like Witcher 3 Blood and Wine, this, even like Skyrim Dragonborn. I've not played Elden Ring, so I can't speak on Shadow of the Erd Tree, but I'm sure that's like a similar... It's like a new map and stuff like that. And I'll get around to that game eventually. Might as well just take the EXP, right? Amber? Oh, we found some. How about that? You find amber in tree enemies. Who would have thought? Was there another one over here? Oh, yep, I see you. Oh wait, is there just like a ton of them up here or what? I don't know why they're aggroed, but... Oh. Holy shit. I don't know if I need... I guess I need matrices though. So I don't know how common those are. That was a one-shot too? Wow. Gnarlbark. Malcop. Again, I don't know why all these guys are aggroed at the same time, but let me take that amber though. In fact, maybe I don't even need a matrix though, since that was only needed for the enchanted stuff. So if I just want something standard, I just bring him amber, I guess. We'll see. Figure that out next time. Are you problematic? Not anymore. Yeah, zealot. I guess all enchanted arrows can't be harvested then? I'm guessing. I just never really messed with them. I think it's very cool that that's a thing though, obviously. So satisfying though. Also, I wonder if... I know in Cyrodiil, as your vampirism like takes over, people will start like not speaking to you and shit. And maybe even outright attacking you at a certain point. I wonder if that applies here. Or not. Oh, hello. I would imagine so, but maybe not. Because I actually, it's nice to get those passive buffs from being a vampire, but it's also kind of annoying. It's cool from a role-playing standpoint, but it's like, I don't... Like, the tedium of, like, not being able to fast travel because I'm taking sun damage and shit like that is, it's provided some interesting moments, like where I was trying to run to a city while not dying to sun damage, but... It can't be all upside, I get that, but... And, like, I definitely use vampire mods in Skyrim to make vampirism, like, more interesting and all of that, so I'm not saying that game necessarily does it better. And I guess prior to Dawn Guard being a thing, then, yeah. But, yeah, I think this seems like a solid place to stop for now. I mean, I'm not opposed to playing more, I guess, but I need to focus three focus crystals and place them in each in a Judgment Nexus. I want to take my time with this, though. I want to savor it, you know? Because once I'm done with this, I'll be putting Oblivion down for probably a while. Focus on other games and things and whatnot, but this should be fun. I'm looking forward to playing more of this, because I don't know that even if I've played through the main quest for Shivering Isles before in full, and I've done some of the side stuff here too, but like it'll be nice to like kind of experience it a little bit more fully. Yeah, so next time we will handle Zidillion. I had to remind myself what it's called, and kind of press on from there. Of course, thank you guys for watching. Hope everybody has a good weekend and all of that, and I will catch you in the next one.